How's it going, guys? And welcome to part 5 of the Kaldheim Early Access event. I call this one Koma Disruption, but before we get into it, I just want to say if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. And if you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. Also, don't forget, once you have followed or subscribed, just reach out to me in the chat or the comment and say something like, hey, I just followed or subscribed, and I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. So very excited to be able to offer that to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Also, big shout out to Wizards of the Coast for sponsoring this event and allowing me to have access to an account where I can have all the cards and dream up any of the shenanigans I could possibly think of. Thank you so much. So grateful. So other than that, let's hop into this. So we're skipping out on the 1-drops. On the 2-drops, we have the full play set of Angelic Ascension at instant speed. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Its controller creates a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. We have 2 copies of Disdainful Stroke at instant speed. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 4 or greater. Onto the 3-drops, we have the full play set of Skyclave Apparition. He's a 2/2. When he enters the battlefield, we exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent we don't control with converted mana cost 4 or less. And when Skyclave leaves the battlefield, the owner's controller creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the converted mana cost of that card. We're running 4 copies of Solid Coming at instant speed, counter target spell, and we can foretell it for 2. We have onto the 4-drops 3 copies of Behold the Multiverse at instant speed, scry 2, then draw 2 cards that we can also foretell for 2. We're running 3 copies of Teferi, Master of Time. He comes in at 3 loyalty, and his static ability says you may activate loyalty abilities of Teferi, Master of Time on any player's turn anytime you could cast an instant. And then we have the +1, draw a card, then discard a card. -3, target creature you don't control phases out. And -10, take 2 extra turns after this one. Onto the 5-drops. We have the full play set of Doomskar at sorcery speed, destroy all creatures that we can foretell for 3. Running 3 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death. This is an enchantment saga. The first chapter says exile target permanent and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. The second chapter says non-creature spells your opponents cast cost 2 more to cast until your next turn. And then the final chapter, return target creature or planeswalker card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter or a loyalty counter on it. Running 3 copies of Vivien, Monster's Advocate. She comes in at 3 loyalty. Her static ability says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. Her +1 ability, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. Put your choice of Vigilance, Reach, or Trample counter on it. And a -2, when you cast your next creature spell this turn, search your library for a creature card with lesser converted mana cost, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. And then finally on the top end, we have 1 copy of Dream Trawler. She's a 3/5 with flying and lifelink, and whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+0 until the end of turn, and then when Dream Trawler attacks, draw a card. We can discard a card. Dream Trawler gains hexproof until the end of turn, tap it. And then finally, 3 copies of Koma, Cosmos Serpent. He's a 6/6. This spell cannot be countered. And at the beginning of each upkeep, create a 3/3 blue serpent creature token named Koma's Coil. Sacrifice another serpent, choose 1. Tap target permanent. Its activated abilities can't be activated this turn. Or Koma, Cosmos Serpent gains indestructible until the end of turn. And let's briefly talk about the mana base. We have 2 Gates of Istfell. It enters the battlefield tapped and can produce white mana, and then we can activate its ability later on, tap it, and sacrifice Gates of Istfell, gain 2 life, and draw 2 cards. We're running 3 copies of Glacial Floodplain. It enters the battlefield tapped and can produce either blue or white mana. We're running the full playset of Mistgate or Hengegate Pathway. We're running the full playset of Boulderloft or Branchloft Pathway. And we're running the full playset of Tidechannel or Barkchannel Pathway. Finally, we're running 1 copy of Rimewood Falls. It enters the battlefield tapped and can produce blue or green mana. And then on the opposite end, we have the full play set of Jwari Ruins or Jwari Disruption. So it can either enter the battlefield tapped and produce blue mana, or we can, at instant speed, counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. We have 2 copies of Bala Ged Sanctuary or Bala Ged Recovery. Can either enter the battlefield tapped and produce green mana, or at sorcery speed return target card from your graveyard to your hand. And then finally 2 copies of Emeria, Shattered Skyclave, or Emeria's Call. Can either enter the battlefield untapped if we pay 3 life and produce white mana, or at sorcery speed create 2 4/4 white angel warrior creature tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control gain indestructible until your next turn. So the deck has a 3.9 converted mana cost, running 8 creatures and 6 planeswalkers with 18 lands. However, with all of our Zendikar lands, it brings us to 26. So this deck is pretty simple. What we're looking to do is control the game with our early counter spells and removal, and then we have our Skyclaves and our Elspeths, and then Doomskar for more aggressive decks, until we can draw into our Teferi, our Viviens, and then our Koma, and by then hopefully take over the game. If those creatures are removed, we can get them back with Elspeth. And then we have a 1 of a Dream Trawler. It's a cool trick. If we have a Viviens, we can minus, play a Koma, and then search up a Dream Trawler and put it on the battlefield. Other than that, we have our Jwari Disruptions, which can count as land or counter spells in a bind. Bala Ged helps us bring back that 1 of thing that's essential for us winning. And then Emeria's Call is also another game ender too. So that is the deck. Let's hop into some games. Let's see how we do. FC Mark. All right, so I think we can make this work. So we'll keep this. Turn 1 we'll play Glacial Floodplain. Fabled Passages for Swamp. Plays a mountain. Skyclave, okay. So, let's make this green and we'll pass. Jwari Disruption for the win. Alright, we'll have this enter tapped. We will foretell the Doomskar. Throne of Death. Beating up your upkeep, draw a card. Exile a creature card from your graveyard, draw a card. Okay. So we have to deal with the board, right? So we'll have this enter as blue since we have double white. Do I Doomskar now? So let's exile you, and we'll hold the block. goes in for 3. I think I'm good. Toxic Agonist. Sure. Play Emeria's tapped. Could Doomskar now. Could foretell this. So let's foretell I saw it, and then we'll hold up the angelic. Thinking maybe the pathways, maybe less pathways and more like split lands. Okay. Unfortunately, we have to do this. He does get an angel, but the angel doesn't have haste. And no blocks. We could find a Vivien or something. Okay, there's a Kroxa. Guess you can have a Koma. And do you have another one? Yes, you do. I guess this is what I deserve for playing my Blood Snow. Alright, so I'll have that tapped. We have to Doomskar now, unfortunately. I think he'll just kick the Skyclave, because we're already on the clock. Sure. I mean, I think we're dead anyways. Got us. Feels bad, feels bad. So, let's do this. Let's cut one of each of you, and we will add blue, white, and blue, green, blue, white. And one blue, green. Yep. Okay. Let's try that out. Alright. So we got a Jwari Disruption. Bunch of Behold the Multiverse. Seems a little clunky. I'd like to see more lands. Like the Skyclave, like the Doomskar, the Jwari, so it's between these two. So we'll keep this, and I guess we'll drop a Koma. Alright, so turn 1 play, Rimewood Falls tapped. Turn 2, possible Emeria's untapped. Card Games POI. Life here. Pass. Alright, we need some land. That is some land. Okay, let's do white here so we can activate the Doomskar. Also have a Skyclave. Definitely want to counter that for sure. That's an amazing card. I was thinking about slotting her in here, because if she sticks for 1, then just the amount of value you can get between having this giant creature. So let's foretell Doomskar. If he's running Kazmina, it makes me think that he is a control deck. Ashiok, huh?
Deep below, like error lurks among us.
Alright, so let's play the floodplain. Let's take that.
I abandon my work.
Just some lands that we could have used. Let's Doomskar. Also, I think I'm going to be cutting Angelic Ascension. Seemed good when we were planning the deck, but oh no, nothing. Another blue. Do we Teferi here? So let's Teferi. See if he has a counter spell yet. Okay, that's alright, we got another one. We got another one. Cycling, okay. Pass again, sure. I mean, yeah, we got the Elspeth, so let's get all the counters out of his hand. Okay, Omen of the Sea. Looking for a blue, knowing business.
After 1,000 years, don't worry, I'll pick
That's
some.
nice. What is he running? 3, 4, 5. I guess we'll discard the Angelic. Kicker.
Think fast.
Discard a card. I guess you can have this.
I was out of sync.
Just need a green and we're good. I'm gonna go into full control here, make him think we have something. Sure. Elspeth's Nightmare, sure. Non-creature, non-land card. Okay. I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. You'll be curious to see what he takes here. Maybe we should just go full on snow permanents or snow lands, like the dual lands, and put in like a that ruin, the rare ruin card. Could be a possibility. Let's foretell this. We'll pass.
I've learned my
Seems
lesson.
I need to evolve too.
Or maybe we slot out the Angelic for Mazemind Tome. Alright, let's play Dream Trawler. Okay, Dream Trawler sticks. So I think I want to go one more. Alright, unfortunately, we can't prevent against Extinction again. But all we have to do is drop a Koma. But he sees it too, so. Have the center tap. Pass. Sure. Yeah, we got screwed on our lands. Hey guys, appreciate the raid, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks everyone. Thanks for the follow. Fan Nasty, Twisted Outlaw. Really appreciate you guys. If you guys could check out my YouTube channel, it's DREMORIAN'S LAIR, spelled like my name, DREMORIAN. You'll have to search for it, DREMORIAN'S LAIR on YouTube. I do MTG arena content daily. I do drafts, all that. So please check me out. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Just having fun here. Messing around with a Koma control, like BANT control. This is my first version of it, so there will be changes made. But been having a blast at the event. Thanks so much for watching. I think after this one I'm going to be doing a like a Jund Death Touch list, something like that. I am unfortunately still trying to figure out this mana base. I thought it would be easier with the pathways, but I think being a control deck, I'm just interested in playing my things on curve. And Angelic Ascension seemed okay at the time because I felt like I could deal with it, but with the Viviens, but I never seemed to. Well, let's play Koma. He can't be countered. He could die right away as soon as we play him, though. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like our opponent has too much card advantage. We kind of stalled out. We had some good cards in our hand, 2 or 3 Viviens that we couldn't play because we didn't have the green source. Yeah. I think this one's over. Alright, so let's go make some adjustments. Let's check this out. So I want to be able to play my stuff on curve. I definitely think I need to add an additional land. I like Dream Trawler. So this is the list we're working with here. So I think let's cut down Glacial Floodplain. Not really running any ice stuff, so let's cut back on those. I like Istfell. We'll run the full play set of Temple. We'll run the full play set of Enlightenment. Gives us 62. Let's cut 1 Brine, 3 of you, 3 of you, 1 Istfell. So we have, that's 19, that's 20, 21, 22, 23, 45. One Jwari. And we need to cut Angelic Ascension, I think, for 2 Mazemind Tome. Let's try something like this. See how this works. Hop into another one. Right. Island is king. All right. So we have a 4-lander, 5-lander here. The Doomskar. I think we'll keep this. I'm gonna make this work. So I think we definitely Emeria's here, tapped. Next turn, I think we play the Tide Channel and hold up the Jwari. Pass. Foretelling. Okay. So we'll play Tide Channel and we'll pass ourselves. assume he's holding up a counter spell. Okay, plays a temple when it's top. White. And I think we will just keep holding up the Jwari. Foretelling again. Play a temple. Skyclave. No idea what type of deck we're playing. Yeah, I guess we'll keep that. Gotta have some fodder bait for counter spells. All right. Well, we definitely need some green sources going on. Now we can at least start foretelling stuff. So let's foretell you and pass. How do you guys feel about these new mechanics in Kaldheim? You guys excited for any particular card or build in general that you've seen so far? Shark Typhoon cycling. Well, we cannot counter that, unfortunately. He's got probably 2 counter spells held up. Could be holding a Behold the Multiverse as well. Okay. I'm going to Behold the Multiverse at the end of his turn, see if we can get one of these counters out of his hand. Maybe. Six. Nico Eris. Just out of range.
Prophesize all you want. My life is my own.
Okay.
Gotta prepare for the next throw.
We will Behold the Multiverse. 3, 4, 5. I think we'll do it like that. So let's Skyclave. Jwari Disruption. I don't know what the big deal is though, because I don't know how I feel about this this Nico Eris Planeswalker.
Saucy, right?
I just don't really get it, really.
For me, it's just the card art.
All right. 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's attack first. I'm gonna play out Mazemind so we can have our Vivien. Still nothing. Let's Doomskar. And I think we're good. Pass. Three, 4, 5, 6. Scry. Teferi's nice. Trying to think of what he could have. Here. Go over the trash can. Let's play Teferi so we can get the counter spell. I'm sure he's stacked up here with counter spells. Coming, sure. Bala Ged could be so good, but we need the land, right? I think we'll pass. Go into full control here, make them think we have something. Sure. All right. He's got another counter spell. 3, 4, 5. Instance. No instance. Scribe before the end of our turn. Another Doomskar. I think we're good on that. So let's get out Vivien. Ah, shit. Oh, no, I do have enough land. I was like, I'm sure I have it. Worry that. I don't know why it gives you the option to counter your own spells. Right? So weird.
Every creature deserves
Alright, now we're doing something at least.
beauty lies in variation.
Probably running the bounce. Sure. Skyclave Apparition on the Skyclave Apparition, sure. Just want her to survive
How savage.
so I can Doomskar, but pretty sure he has 2 counter spells in his hand, so it is what it is. Alright, let's Doomskar first. Counter spell. Sure. Reach.
I call, and Ikoria answers.
Pass. I do feel like there's potential with this build, but this is obviously not the one. Like to play more of a creature heavy deck. This one, the guy's done, I think he's cast the same counter spell like 8 times in a row. Raven form, sure. Think I'm good on land. We got a bird. So I assume he just goes face here. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, well, we'll block all run here.
Beaten, but not extinct.
Cosmos Charger. Would say good game, but not really. Not really. Wow. That was a hell of a run. Alright, my friends. Well, unfortunately, that one we didn't do so well, but like I said, we're just having fun today, figuring out the meta, figuring out these new cards. So, not mad at all. Had fun the whole time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. It's free to you and helps us out so much. Feel free to drop me a comment, talk about strategy, deck ideas, misplays. I read the comments daily. If you have any friends or family that are into Magic, please share the channel with them. And once you have followed or subscribed, just reach out to me in the chat or the comments. Say something like, hey, I just followed or subscribed. And I can respond to you with an in-game code that you can use in Arena to unlock a mystery gift from Wizards. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.